Yup, there it is. Our latest video game film adaptation directed by Eli Roth, the Borderlands movie, has received its projected profits. And ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention this evening, and no, your eyes are not deceiving you, on $100 million for a budget, the projected profits of the opening weekend don't even make up for a quarter of that, with the Borderlands movie now projected to lose millions. So yes, the Borderlands movie, you know, the one that first got announced 10 years ago and got the go-ahead during a fucking pandemic to start production? Yeah, that one. It's projected to only make 10 to 20 million during its busiest and highest grossing days, that being the opening weekend. This being for every movie that's ever come out. So yeah, that is not a great sign, especially when you do the quick math and that comes out to either a 10 or 20% of their profit being made back. And in case you haven't realized, this also isn't our first red flag. With me, Hellfire, documenting the biggest ones here on the channel, you can get caught up with what is exactly going on through this Borderlands movie playlist if you're not caught up. But what do I think about the projected income of the Borderlands movie? Well, honestly, it's more than I expected.
Thank you. Our next act is living proof that nepotism is alive and well.
You can see Ariana, she's there. My son Hunter is there dancing. You can see him, he plays Pickles, who runs the gun store with Marcus.
What?
Alright, but really, this isn't near as crazy as it sounds. Most people who are going to see this are like myself, and they are just die-hard Borderlands fans, or they just enjoy one of the big names that are on the cast, that being Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jack Black, Cate Blanchett, and you know, that one dude from Creed. Which, yeah, if you couldn't already tell, they prioritize getting big names over actors who could actually fit the role. And here's my issue with that, because if it was my decision, I would want a lot of other less known actors to just kind of disappear into those characters the way that, let's say like Andrew Lincoln did with Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead, or Robert Englund did back in the day with Freddy Krueger. Because for Borderlands fans, they want to be able to look at these characters and be like, that's Roland, that's Lilith. And instead, it's going to be, that's Kev, and that's Kate. And it's not even the actor's fault. I guarantee you, with the exception of Ariana Greenblatt maybe, every single person on the main cast was called for their role in this movie. They were offered a job, and I can't talk shit on them for taking a job. But whoever made those calls, whoever was sitting in the room and said, you know what, Jack Black should be Claptrap, and you know what, Kevin Hart, best fit for Roland ever. Go ahead and just give him the ring. The greatest, most serious actor of all time. He fits the role perfectly. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and just get that call going right now. And whoever did happen to make those calls, just please, if you are by any chance listening to this and you don't have a therapist by now, please think about getting one. I just personally think that it was a big misstep, as even Claptrap's voice with Jack Black sounds like actual horse piss.
We've been sitting down with the one and only Claptrap, leading hero star of the upcoming smash blockbuster hit Borderlands, and also my new best friend. That's right, Claptrap. And just a small plug, I had to get into incredible shape for this role with my nude scene late in the second act.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more!
But on top of this, with all of the actors and random bullshit promotion that they've been doing, they are still only projected to make a gross income of $67 million total, which yes, would still be a loss and a box office flop. And I also want to make something else clear. I'm not hoping for this movie to fail. I just want to warn you that it is. But in other news, the CEO of Gearbox, one Randall Pitchford, had a dumb reply the other day while promoting the movie himself over on Twitter. He told a fan that they were smoking drugs essentially because they thought that an animated version of the Borderlands movie would have been a way better idea. And this just further shows how out of touch he is with what Borderlands fans want. Now, I also want to point out that he used the word anime, and I don't personally think that the Japan style of anime would have meshed well with Borderlands, but when it comes to an animated movie idea, and I can attest for that being a popular fan idea, as one of the top comments on my last Borderlands movie video, where I talked about how the trailer passed 100,000 dislikes, was someone talking about how it should have been an animated movie, putting us all on the same page. And you know, 10 years ago, when this idea first came up in Randy's head, live action popcorn flicks were pretty popular. And now we fast forward a couple years to post Endgame era, and not so much. I bring up how it's projected to do poorly not only as another warning shot, but it's because I genuinely do not think this film is going to do well. Whether it's good or not, dude, even saying that the film might do good just seems like a flat out lie. Well, what I'm trying to say is that the trailers don't scream movie of the year to me, which includes the latest one, that being the Borderlands movie final trailer, which I will go ahead and break down and react to right now. So the biggest problem with this little trailer, and it's only like a minute and a half long, and they reused some of the clips from the other trailers, but anyway, I just want to go ahead and get right into it. Tiny Tina says this.
The legends were true.
I'm the only one who can open the vault.
Yeah, so not only is she going to be a major plot device in this film, but we see her hand twist the vault key into place. As well as, for a quick second, my biggest pet peeve when it comes to movie trailers. They showed what I assume is a part of the final act of the movie. As you can see, the vault is actually opening for a second, with a psycho in a beanie and bandits and Atlas soldiers just standing there with the vault hunters, as well as fucking Mouthpiece, or Crom, as they say. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking, and I want you also to keep in mind that this is just a fan theory from myself that I just came up with while I'm sitting here editing. I think Crom, aka the dude right here on this screenshot with the Mouthpiece gear standing with our main cast, might be Brick. Now, I could be wrong, but there is a strong possibility that it could be. Why else would he be standing with all of the main characters? I could be completely wrong, but this is something that I wanted to throw in, as he also has a giant weapon that is very reminiscent of Brick's weapon in Borderlands 2, which, if I'm not mistaken, is actually Sledge's hammer from the first game. But yeah, that's something that I wanted to throw in. Since we know that Randy Pitchford was on the set of the movie, it honestly would not surprise me that he would try and trick us by having Mouthpiece gear on somebody called Crom, you know, a boss from Borderlands 1, of course, and then it ends up being fucking Brick. Like I said, I could be wrong, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and get back to the video. Obviously, I've got no answers for you at the moment, but these were just two of the biggest things to point out from that new trailer. That's just not my favorite thing in the world, when they show shit from the end of the movie in the trailer. And if I'm sitting there in the theater and I see this part of the movie towards the end of it, it's actually just going to piss me off even more. If not though, this confirms that they will be opening multiple vaults in this film. And no, that doesn't excite me at all either. So no matter what, this scene just kind of worries me more than anything. We also get to see Tannis for a second with the vault key, as well as her and Lilith looking at a map of all of the vaults similar to the end of Borderlands 2. Nothing bad to say about that, and the key honestly looks pretty good. And then, you know, we've casually also got Krieg laughing at Roland like he just got done huffing paint thinner.
Feel free to applaud.
Like, what are they doing, dude? It just makes me so sad how bad they botched my boy like that. And lastly, I want to mention these effects around Kevin Hart. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be like fire or shock DOTs that's been shot at him, or if he's just taking some kind of unseen drug, but either way, it just doesn't look great. So even as big of a Borderlands fan as I am, being a person who's based their entire channel around it and sharing their passion to the world, I can see why this movie is projected to do as poorly as it is, as even in the theater that I'm going to see the movie in myself, has only sold an entire 4 tickets as of the morning of me making this commentary. That being just 3 days before the movie releases. But seriously, I've got to know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. It's exciting to know that I won't be seeing this movie in an empty theater, but now I'm wondering just how many people are going to go. Well, by the little poll I did here on my channel, it looks like only about 20% of the people who voted are actually planning on seeing the movie, with the rest of them saying they're either not going or they will be watching another way. And don't worry if you're one of those people who do not plan on seeing this movie, because I plan on documenting the experience at the theater in my review after I see the film. Well, I don't think it's going to be good. Apparently Randy Pitchford already thinks that they're going to get Borderlands 2. The movie!